Hi friends, I'm Sarah, also known as Budget Girl here on YouTube. And if you're new, I make videos every single week on how to live a frugal, fun, and full life with the aid of a budget. I paid off $33,000 worth of student loan debt in just 3 years on a tiny reporter's salary of $26,000. And I believe that you too can meet all of your money goals if you're willing to work at it. So today I have a very fun video. It's honestly one of my favorites to film. I've done it every single year I've been on YouTube, and I have a playlist of all of my other videos on this below, but it's super exciting for me this year because I get to do more, because I'm finally debt-free. I have my fully funded emergency fund, and therefore I have more room in my budget for giving. So if you haven't guessed already, I'm talking about Operation Christmas Child, which is a charity of Samaritan's Purse. And what they do is they send shoe boxes filled with school supplies, hygiene items, and toys to children that are impoverished and in bad situations all over the world as a way to show that God loves them and cares for them. And it is a ministry that is very, very close to my heart. I love doing it, and I'm so blessed that I get to do 4 boxes this year. And it was so much fun to shop for. Not only did I get to do 4 boxes, I got to spend a little more per box because I'm out of debt. And it's wonderful. So the boxes I'm doing today are actually in collaboration with my internet friend, Lydia Sin. And we collaborated last year too. So she has 3 adorable little boys. So she is doing boys boxes, and she will have all the best things that you can put in little boys boxes over there. I'm doing girls because girls are just so much fun to shop for, and I can't wait to show you everything I got. So I shopped in 3 places at 2 different times to fill my boxes in the most frugal way possible. First off, I started way back at the end of the summer, and I bought all of the stationery and school supplies during back to school sales at Walmart. So I went and I picked up, 25-cent notebooks, and 2 for $1 crayons, and 2 for $1 scissors, and all of the stuff that the kids need to go to school in their countries. Often all they need to go to school is a pencil and paper, but sometimes they don't have it. So that is an absolutely key thing to put in there. And then more recently, as in just this weekend, I went to the Dollar Tree, Five Below, and Walmart again to pick up some of the other things to fill in the boxes. So Samaritan's Purse recommends that you do a wow item, like a soccer ball for little boys or a doll for little girls. And so I got some wow items, some high quality flashlights, toiletry items, some other things that will be really fun and useful for them. So I might have gone just a little bit crazy this year, but thankfully it is my true God-given talent to be able to Tetris things into small spaces. So I am fully confident that I will be able to fit all of this stuff into 4 boxes for some little girls, and then I'm going to pray over them and send them on their way at a local drop-off point. In addition to all of the previous box videos that I've done, I'll have information on Operation Christmas Child and Samaritan's Purse, and where you can go if you want to build your own box and send it off. Collection week starts November 12th and runs all week long, and you can find online a place where you can drop them off locally, and they will be sent off to a child in need. So let's get to stuffing some boxes. When I was at Walmart, I was looking for my wow item, the big item that you're kind of supposed to put on top that's like the big toy. And I was really torn between these really cute stuffed dogs and these little baby dolls. And so I just kind of walked around the toy section until I found a little girl that was in the age range. And after asking her mother if I could consult with her, the little girl said that she would rather have, who was 8, said that she would rather have the little doll toy. So I got the dolls instead of the cute little stuffed animals, which I would rather have the stuffed animal. But I'm also not a 6 to 8-year-old girl, so I'm gonna go with her recommendation. One of my favorite items this year were these little crossbody bags that I found at the Dollar Tree. They're actually a really good kind of waxed canvas material, and I think they'll hold up. They could even bring, their pencils and their pens to school in them, or just have a little purse like I always enjoyed doing when I was a child. Due to customs regulation, this year there are quite a few rules that you have to follow. You can no longer send any candy or liquid items, and toothpaste is no longer allowed, which is really unfortunate. You can, and they recommend you do, send bar soap, washcloths, toothbrushes, those type of hygiene items that these children might not have access to depending on where they live, brushes, combs, hair ties. For little girls, I always like to send lots of colorful bows and fun things that they can play with for their hair. You cannot send anything war related, so if you're doing shopping for little boys, it can actually be pretty hard because a lot of the toys in the boys section are for like little toy guns and stuff like that. And you cannot send those anything that's military inspired or might be scary for these children. I'll also link below an article that I found that has been really helpful to me from a missionary that was one of the people that have delivered these boxes before. And she outlines a lot of ways that culturally some of these places are very different than us. And some things that are fine to us might scare them, like little monsters. She also recommends that you send a shower curtain that they can use as ground cover or to protect their items. Now, of course, the toy part of the box is the most fun to do. This year, I had inspiration struck and I decided to send beads and some embroidery thread that can be made into necklaces or bracelets, and the little girls can just have so much fun with them. I'm very excited. And don't forget to check your party section for little favors. Now, these may seem like kind of cheap little plastic trinkets, but if you think like a child, they would have fun with this sweet little kaleidoscope that I found, or these little paper airplanes. It can also maximize your dollar when you're sending these items because you can break them apart and they might get a lot more enjoyment out of them than maybe your child would. I always like to send a flashlight and some extra batteries. Sometimes a whistle is a fun little thing to play with. And personally, as a renowned bag lover, I love sending a few little bags so they can stick, you know, their pencils and pens in and crayons and maybe little toy makeup that they might have, that kind of thing. I like to send lots of bags along. A water bottle is one of the things that I consider a must, and while it does take up a lot of space in the box, you can stuff small items in there like socks and erasers and little toys and the like so that it'll fill the space more efficiently. Okay, well, that was exhausting, but I did it. I got almost everything in. In fact, the only things I was unable to fit were the flip-flops, the emergency poncho, and a little slinky. So what I'm gonna do is, since I have 4 of each of these, is I'm going to bring them just in a bag to the drop-off center. And if anyone comes in with kind of an underfilled box, I'll give these to them so that they can kind of top them off. I'm really sad I wasn't able to get the flip-flops in. I've been able to in previous years, but I did send a huge notebook of paper and 3 bags this year. So I think maybe that was the problem. So here is my finished box. Oh yeah, and there's the chalk and the sewing kit and the first aid kit and the flashlight and the rulers and all sorts of stuff. But I got as much as I think I could possibly have gotten in there. I really hope that this blesses some sweet little girl in another country and that she knows that people out there are thinking of her and that God loves her, and I hope she loves it. I really, really had a good time making it. I'm exhausted, but totally worth it. Totally worth it. So a few of my very best tips is, if you get the first aid kits at the Dollar Tree, you can buy an extra little container of Band-Aids because they come a little underfilled, and fill the rest of the empty space in those up with it. I got the colorful character Band-Aids and I thought those could be really fun, and that just filled a little bit of space. And same with the soap. In previous years, I have just put a regular bar of soap in there wrapped in paper, which is great and fine, but I read that a travel soap dish really helps them keep these a little bit longer. I mean, it would help anyone keep it longer. So I just got the loose soap, a travel soap dish for $1, and then I was able to actually fit the washcloth in here too in the extra space, which I thought I wasn't gonna be able to get the washcloth in, so I'm really glad I was. Then I just filled in everything else elsewhere. Thank you guys so much for watching my video on how I did my Operation Christmas Child boxes this year. I would absolutely love to see yours. If you do one, go ahead and tag me on Instagram at GoBudgetGirl or on Facebook at GoBudgetGirl. I just love getting ideas from you guys and maybe incorporating them into the boxes that I will do next year. Make sure to go over and check out Lydia's video on how she does her little boys boxes, and of course check out the links below for Operation Christmas Child and Samaritan's Purse, and maybe you'll be inspired to make a box of your own either this year or next. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this on how to give like no one else. I'll see you next time. Bye.